My fiance proposed to me with a cheap ring from Tamu, and while it doesn't look bad, I just feel like I can't wear it because it doesn't feel very meaningful. My 27 female fiance, 29 male, proposed to me a few weeks ago. It caught me completely by surprise, but we've been together for 3 years and things have been going great. So I was really excited and said yes. I really liked the ring when I first saw it and my friends and family all think it is stunning. It's an oval cut with diamonds across the band. I asked where he got it and he wouldn't tell me where, but that he got a great deal on it. I didn't think anything of it until yesterday when we were in bed and I was asked him if it was diamond or moissanite mainly out of curiosity. I don't have a preference by the way. He said he didn't know and would have to look it up. When I glanced over at his phone, he was in the Tamu app. I asked him if he got it from there and he didn't respond. So I asked again and he responded with something like does it matter? And left the room and ended up sleeping on the couch. I spent all night so confused. Today decided to download the app and look up my ring and I found one that looks identical. I found the exact ring and it was listed at $38. I am mad. He makes good money, like $200,000 a year, and I feel like he could have shelled out some money for a ring better than one on Tamu. I'm not even mad that the diamonds are not real, but I kinda worry about the quality of the ring because I imagine my engagement ring to at least be sturdy. It's fine for now, but I have a hard time believing it'll last longer than a year if it's $38 on Tamu. Would it be rude of me to tell him I don't want it? Edit to add, to respond to some comments, he's really never been overly frugal. I'm probably more frugal than he is. Neither of us are huge spenders but we each make enough to not have to strictly budget or anything. We have our own accounts and split rent equally. I know he has at least 100k across his savings and investment accounts. We go out for drinks a few times a week and we'll go to concerts together and whatnot frequently. We travel a few times a year and stay in basic accommodations. Like our DoorDash the other night was $40. My ring costs less than DoorDashing dinner. Commenter, you are not wrong at all for this but what we all really want to know is whether or not you would still marry him if he replaces the ring. OP, the responses to this have made me even more confused. People saying it could be a loyalty test, that he doesn't want me to be able to sell it if we divorce, or that he doesn't plan to be with me for long. I have a pit in my stomach. I haven't considered breaking things off but that was before I wrote this here. I was thinking maybe he was just not thinking or rushed getting the ring, or maybe he genuinely thought he was getting a great deal on a high quality ring. I'm not sure at this point. I plan to confront him when he gets back from work in a couple hours. Here is the ring itself for those of you asking. First update 6 hours later. After reading responses from my first post I was freaking out a bit. He came home while I was FaceTiming a friend about this. I hung up with her and then talked to him for an hour or so. He apologized for sleeping on the couch and that he needed time to think. He doesn't see eye to eye with me on my concerns about the ring and says he did research and that it was pretty highly rated. He says if the ring breaks he will replace it, but didn't say it'd be higher quality. I have people messaging me that the ring could be harmful to my health and that Tamu has horrible standards for their jewelry and labor issues so now I really don't want to wear it. He left and went to his brother's house. Usually I'd go with him but things are just tense. Would it be wrong of me to tell him I still don't want it? More relevant comments. Commenter, this is kind of tough, because had you not found out it was from Tamu, would you be upset? OP, to be honest, if I hadn't found out it was from Tamu, yeah I probably wouldn't be upset. But when it inevitably breaks or tarnishes the truth would come out. Now that I know it has completely changed how I feel about the ring even if it aesthetically doesn't look too bad. Commenter 2, did this come as a shock or is he normally cheap and thoughtless? OP, he's not normally cheap or thoughtless. He's genuinely a great guy which is making this harder to navigate. He started making me feel really guilty and materialistic today when we talked about this, and I can see his point of view but I'm just confused. It feels like Tamu is the bottom of the barrel. I'd be happy with a cheap decent quality ring from Etsy or anywhere else. I don't really care about the price itself it's more about the quality and feeling like he doesn't really value me the way I thought he did. OP addresses several commenters asking if he thinks she is a gold digger. This was her most comprehensive response. I want to clear up these gold digger rumors because this isn't only about the cost of the ring. I only mention these things for context not because I feel he owes me something in return. When I met him, I was making just over $100,000 a year and he was working part-time and doing an internship bringing in significantly less than me. He totaled his car early on in our relationship and I happily drove him to his work every morning on the way to my work when he didn't have a car. When his mom got sick and went on hospice, I immediately canceled all of my travel plans and holiday plans with my family and sat with him visiting her every day for months. I helped with funeral arrangements. I helped plan his brother's wedding. I even loaned him money for a new car once he started his new job. He did pay me back by the way. He moved in with me recently and most everything in the home is mine that I paid for prior to the relationship, furniture, etc. I have paid for so many plane tickets for our travels, concert tickets, etc. that I've never asked him to pay me back and never will. That's what a relationship is. I genuinely care for him. He has done similar gestures for me and is more than willing to spend money on dates. Believe it or not I'm not this greedy woman sitting here excited to get his money. I have my own. Mini update 4 hours later. I'm literally just sitting here refreshing your comments trying to figure out what to do next. He texted to let me know he plans on staying at his brother's for the weekend, and is taking Friday off. It's not crazy abnormal since he's been watching football over there, but I feel like he's avoiding me now. I'm trying not to be pushy about the situation and I'll give him some space, but now I'm just in my head about all of it and regretting my initial reaction. It's just a dumb ring and maybe I've read into it too much. The only other time we've had an argument like this it was resolved within a couple hours, so I'm not used to this behavior from him. Second update: the next day, he came home this morning while I was in a work from home meeting. These comments made my head spin all night. I got like 3 hours of sleep, so I admit I may be in the wrong for bringing up his finances, but I did. I asked him what was going on, if there was anything he needed to tell me, if he was testing me by doing this. Well, that really set him off. What kind of person do you think I am? You think I'm a cheapskate? A liar? You obviously think really poorly of me, but still he never gave me a reason. So I asked why he was deflecting every question to victimize himself and to avoid my questions, and he tried to leave again. So I tried de-escalating and told him I see where he's coming from, but I need to know if he still loves me. He was immediately apologetic and still wants to get married. He said I can just pick my ring out and buy it with my own money. He said he's sick of talking about this and it's water under the bridge now. He's acting like his normal self again since this convo. I hear him out there skipping around and humming to himself all happily, and it's actually pissing me off. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but I don't think I can handle a marriage with someone like this.